Hi, everybody. Today we are going to draw a tiger, and today is also Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. My name is Miss Lorena. I'm one of the librarians here at the Central Park Library with the Santa Clara City Library System. Before we get started, I'm going to give you some time to get the things that you'll need. So if you see in the bottom here, you're going to need some paper, a pencil, and eraser, and colored pencils and or markers. So you can have both colored pencils and markers if you want. That's only if you want to color in your doodle. You don't have to, you can also just doodle it. A reminder is that the chat is open if you want to ask me any questions throughout the event. You are more than welcome to. Happy Lunar New Year, Priyanka. Thank you. So go ahead and grab the stuff that you need. I'm going to turn on my camera and get everything ready, and then we can start. Can you Okay, I just want to check the sound. Can you raise your hand if you can hear me okay? Raise your listening hand. Okay, excellent. So while I give everybody a couple of minutes to gather their materials, I just want to show you what our drawing is going to kind of look like when we are finished. So ideally, this will be your finished product. If you do want to do it the exact same way that I'm doing it, remember, you are the artist, so you don't have to do it the same way that I do it. You can also add your own changes or take anything away that you don't like, change the colors. It's totally up to you. So for me, I just drew the 2022 in the background and then the tiger on the top. So finish getting your supplies and we'll get started in just a minute. And if you want to tell me in the meantime where you're watching from, I would love to know. And I'm going to show you some of the supplies that I got. So for this drawing, it's pretty simple. I have my pencil here and my eraser right here. I also have my colored pencil. So I have the orange for the body of the tiger, pink for the cheeks and the ears. I have red for the letters in the back, and some yellow for the shading belly and the nose of the tiger. And my most important ones, probably because I love when doodles are outlined, is my black marker and my red marker. These are just regular Crayola markers in the thin tip ones. So we're watching from Livermore, California, Massachusetts, Las Vegas, Nevada. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if you want to tell me throughout the event how you are celebrating Lunar New Year today, I would love to know. For me, Lunar New Year is a celebration that I just recently, a few years ago, learned about it, and it's such a beautiful celebration. I'm celebrating today by drawing this tiger again for you all, and maybe I'm gonna go to eat some delicious food later. So you can tell me what you're going to do for Lunar New Year today and how you celebrate Lunar New Year. And with that being said, let's get started. Let's see, Bailey had teppanyaki today. Ooh, that sounds delicious. And from Pismo Beach, California. Welcome. Welcome back, Bailey. All right. So let's get started. So for this drawing specifically, this is a design that I created. I didn't see it online or anything, but the tiger, you can see the same tiger on our flyer. It's a cute little tiger that's on canvas. So we're gonna draw this very easily by connecting circles together. And we're gonna start with the numbers. So if you don't want the numbers in the background, you can skip this step, but that is the first step for us that do want it. So you're gonna take your paper, and all you have to do right now is cover the whole thing with the numbers 2020. 2, that's because it's the year 2022, the year of the tiger. So we're going to do 2, 0, 2, 2, and we don't have to bubble them up just yet. Just write it with one line. So we're going to do 2, 0. I'm going to make sure there's a little bit of space in between the numbers so you can bubble them up later. 2, 0, 2. And remember to do light strokes. I always mess up that part because we're going to go back and erase this. So you want to make sure that that you have enough space. See, Namia says, I got a red envelope with chocolate from school. Oh, that sounds amazing. I love getting red envelopes. And you got chocolate too. That's nice. Okay. 2, 0, 2, 2. I'll give you some time. And after this, we are going to bubble up those letters. I'll teach you how to do that. Very easy. 2, 0, 2, 2. Can you raise your little Zoom hand when you're ready to move on to the next step? Okay, looks like we're ready. We're ready. Awesome. All right. So to bubble up the letters, it's very, very simple. What we're going to do is basically draw a giant bubble that follows the shape of the number. So you could do this with letters. You could do it with numbers. It's a very cool trick if you want to up your artwork a little bit. So we're going to start at the tip here. See how it's not touching? And we're just going to draw a big bubble around the 2. Try to make sure that it's like parallel to the line. Parallel means that it's kind of the same width as you go. And if you run out of space, that's okay. No big deal. So you see how I draw a big bubble around the 2. And then carefully, you're going to take your eraser and you're going to erase that middle line. I told you we're going to go back and erase this. That's why you want to make sure that nothing is drawn on too hard because you're going to go back and erase a lot of stuff. And that's how you bubble up a letter. Super easy, right? And you're just going to do that to all of them. So I'm going to start here for the 0. I'm going to go down. And for example, when the lines start to touch right here, like right here, they're about to touch, you can just skip a little bit and keep going on the other side. And that will actually give it a really nice overlapping effect when you're done. And then don't forget there's a bubble on the other side too. So delete. I always say delete. Let me go back and erase. Too much technology for me. Go back and erase. Oh no. And if you accidentally erase a line that you weren't supposed to erase, just make sure you go back and trace it. Otherwise you will forget and then you won't know where you're at. Happens to me all the time. Okay. Next line. We'll go around this 2. This is what I was talking about, the overlapping lines. So you can actually just tuck it in right here and then bring it back out over here. And then it gives it a nice overlapping effect like the letters are on top of each other. Actually, I don't like that line. I'm gonna get rid of it. And remember, what works for me might not work for you. My style might not be your style. So you can go back and change things however you think is best. You don't have to do the exact same things I do. I'm just guiding you for the basic design and then you can change it however you would like from there. Okay, almost done. My last 2. Okay, all done. Raise your hand if you're ready to move on to the next step. Here's your little sim hand. We're ready. Oh, you guys are so fast. Oh my goodness. All right, we can go a little faster if you like. Make sure too that you are cleaning up as you go. You see all these little things on my desk. I'll have to probably wipe that down later, but it'll be a lot easier for you and for your parents if you clean up as you go. Please try not to make a big mess. If you have a trash can nearby, you can take all your eraser shavings and throw them right in the trash can instead of just leaving them on the table. Okay, so now we're gonna get started on our tiger. Let me just check one more time. Can you raise your hand if you're ready to start on the tiger? You done with the numbers? All good? Looking forward to draw the tiger. Me too. The tiger is actually super fun. So anywhere on your page. So you see how the tiger for me is right here. You can put him over here. You put him down here or down here. It's up to you. You can put the tiger wherever you want. For me, because I put the tiger here, I'm actually going to put it on this side now and I'll have two different designs. So the tiger is actually a lot easier than it looks. We're just going to draw a bunch of ovals and circles and we're going to connect them together. So for the first part of the tiger, for me, again, the placement is up to you, but I like the tiger's body to be up a little higher than the numbers. So I'm going to draw a big oval right here in the center. Draw one big oval. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Remember, not too strong. Just like that. And then once you draw it, for me, I don't draw straight lines very well. I don't draw circles very well. They always come out really blobbish. So I'm going to go back and fix it. It's always one side is thicker than the other one for some reason. So now that I have my basic line, and I'm going to ask you while you're working, you can type it, or if your parents typing for you. Has anybody been to one of the how to draw classes before? Can you raise your hand? Raise your hand if you've taken a few. Oh, okay, a lot of you are coming back. That's awesome. So as you have learned with these classes, you know that I emphasize that you take your time. A lot of the time I kind of go through things quickly because we only have an hour for this event. But if you have the basic outline of your drawing and you want to take your time coloring it in, please make sure that you do take your time and you color it after the event is over, and that way you will have your perfect artwork. Okay. And now that I have my circle, I'm going to erase the lines in the middle from the numbers in the background so I don't get confused. Okay. So this is going to be your tiger's body. All right. So next to this oval, right up here, we're going to draw a small circle. Trust me, you're going to need it later. So we're going to draw it right here. 1, 2, 3, just a little circle right about there. Okay. Remember to erase those lines from the background. And you're just going to leave that there for now. Okay. And if there's any of you that are new, welcome. We have this event every month. We have drawn some really cool things before, and we will continue to draw cool things. So please make sure you tune in next month. Okay. So now let me check on everybody. How are we doing? Raise your hand if you're ready for the next step. We're ready? We're good? Okay. Let's see. I have a question here. Is this the tail? Yeah, Namia, good job. That is going to be the tail. This little circle right here doesn't look like it right now, but it's going to be the tail. Good job. You guys are so smart. Okay. So our next step is going to be the head of the tiger, and we are going to draw one of these same ovals, but smaller. Right here. You could do it a little bit on top of your oval. It depends how long you want your tiger's neck or chest to be out. See, this one's kind of like got its head high a little bit, so we could do it like that. So we're going to draw the same shape right over here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. You can overlap it a little bit too. That's fine. Or not. We'll find either way. Okay, now I'm going to erase the background. don't like this right here. A little lopsided. Let me fix it. Here we go. Okay. And once you have finished here, you are going to add 2 circles on both sides of the big oval. So can somebody tell me why we are going to draw 1 circle here and 1 circle there? Let me show you the original one. Anybody have an idea? The ears. Good job. Good job, Soham, Ramya, Namya, Chris, Natalie. Awesome. Good job. Yes, we're going to draw the ear. So we're going to take 1 small circle up here. 1. And then 1 small circle on the side. 2. That's it. Good job. And now, before we move on from our tiger's cute little face, we are going to draw 1. So see how we're taking this oval, we're making it smaller and smaller. We are going to take this one that we did, and we're just going to scale it and have a smaller version of it right in the center. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Here you go. Kind of like you would draw a pig. But as you can see, the face of our tiger is a different color. And then we're going to draw 2 lines up to the forehead. 1 and 2. Like that. Good job. We're almost there, at least with the tiger, the basis of the tiger. Let me do the raise of hands. Are you ready for the next step? Good. All right. Let's go to the next one. So we're almost done, and then we're going to start actually drawing in our tiger. So now we're going to flip the circles a little bit and make them oval, but the other way. So for example, we're going to take 1 oval and draw it down here. This is going to be one of the legs. I'm going to go 1 right there. And then the other one is going to be way over here. And that's because the tiger is going to have its little patty kind of like this way. I'm going to move the camera. Okay. So we're going to put it off to the side. Just a smaller one right over here. Okay. And then you're going to add your last oval at the end over here where his back legs are. Right here. And we're going to do 1 small one right over here. And the reason this is smaller is because it's giving you the effect that it's a leg that's further away. So that's why it's a little smaller. So we're going to draw a smaller one right over here, just a tiny bit smaller, not too much. There we go. And go back and erase any lines that you won't need. It will be useful to you later, I promise. All right, we have the base of our tiger. So that is his 4th leg right here. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4. You could also do 3 though, because for example, one of my dogs only has 3 legs and she's the happiest dog ever. Her name is Riley. So you could do as many legs as you want. Okay. See the next one. Take off my watch because it's getting in the way of me drawing. All right. So now that you have the basis of your drawing, we are going to connect our tiger all together. Raise your hand if you're ready to keep going. Raise your hand, raise your hand. If you need a break, please do let me know in the chat because I can also send you the link for the YouTube version of this event if you're here on Zoom. Because in the YouTube one, you can actually pause and then go back whenever you're done. You could draw a tiger with 1,000 legs. I think that would be kind of hard to do given that this paper is not that big. But you know what? You are the artist. Just because you're drawing something that is trying to mimic real life doesn't mean it has to stay that way. You can draw whatever you want. If you want to give it 1,000 legs, then the only thing I'm going to do is wish you luck fitting 1,000 legs in this piece. But you can do it. All right, here we go. We are going to start outlining our tiger. So how about we start with the tail? So we're going to start with the circle right here. And I know it doesn't look like a tail. All we have to do is follow the line and connect it to the body. What's that? Let's see. Now, Mia, I can't even read that many zeros. I don't know what number that is, but you can draw as many legs as you want. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. We're going to connect it to the body. And then we're going to do the same thing on the other side. We're going to connect it and follow the line to the body. And we're going to go back and erase the line we don't want. And that, just like that, all of a sudden, you have a tail. Good job, guys. And we're going to do the same thing with the rest of the body. We're just going to follow these lines, make sure that everything's connected. So when you get to the ears, you can leave them like this if you want to, or you can just create a small line that connects them. That way it looks a little bit more precise than before. And then don't forget to go back and erase the lines that you don't want. Go back over here and do the same thing. See how I'm adding a tiny line right here and a tiny line over here. And I'm going to do the same thing with the body and the head. I'm just going to draw a small line that connects the two like that. That way it doesn't look so shapy, you know, like a bunch of shapes together. And then I'm going to leave this line right here, but I am going to erase this one, just the one that's in between, because you do want the head and the body to be separated. And now when you get to this point, you are going to draw a line that connects it to this circle, just like this, like that. And same thing starting here. I'm gonna erase this. And see how now it looks too small? That's okay, because I think I made that circle too small to begin with. So I'm just gonna make it a little bigger to fit the rest of the body. Sometimes when you draw things, one hand or a leg or whatever, an eye will come out way smaller than the rest, and you can always just go back and fix it. And erase those lines. One body combined. Isabella, you said thank you, but I don't know why. But you're welcome. That was for me. And then keep connecting all the lines together so you can have your tiger's body all finished. And right here, I'm going to do one more of those connecting lines. There you go. And go back and erase what you don't need. So on the tops of the circles, you don't really need those. Are we doing on time? 4:24. All right, we're right on schedule. Do want to remind you all, this program usually takes about an hour. So, and that's because we draw and then we color in. So if you're limited on time, you can always come back later and watch it on YouTube, or you can color it in without following the event. That's also fine. Or you can stay with me the whole hour. That's my preference. Okay, now I'm just going back and making sure that all the lines are connected, that I didn't erase anything by accident, and that I also erased all the ones that I wanted to erase. Sometimes I miss them. This is one right here. Okay, so can you raise your hand if you've ever seen the movie Lion King? Have you ever seen The Lion King? Yes. Remember that scene where Rafiki is drawing a young Simba on the tree? This is kind of what that doodle looks like. Kind of looks like a lion, so that means we're on the right track. Good job, everybody. Okay, so now we're gonna start drawing the details on the tiger, and then we're gonna move on to shading it. So the face of the tiger is entirely up to you. Let's start there. So as you can see here, I have my little tiger. It's closing its eyes. It's got little heart ears. I love that. You don't have to do that, but I always do that when I draw animals because it's so cute. You could do a circle or you could do a different shape. It's totally up to you. I'm going to draw pretty much the same face, except this time I'm going to draw the tiger's eyes open just because I want to change it up a little bit. And I can show you how to draw a different face. So if you are interested in drawing your tiger the exact same like this, all you have to do is draw 2 letter U's right here. 1 and 2. And 2 sideways O's right here. O and O. Super easy. Then you can draw a heart or a circle in the ears. And let's do the nose right now. So for me, the nose in this tiger takes up the whole area we have blocked off here. You can do a smaller nose if you want, but I really like that. And you know what we didn't add in this one was whiskers. So let's add whiskers to this one. So I'm going to just draw a line here that connects these two. I think I accidentally erased that. And then I'm going to draw a triangle from here. So 3 lines. So 1, 2, and 3. And for the little smile, all you have to draw is a W. Let me get some scrap paper. And you could draw a W. I wouldn't do like the hard line W like this. You can, but I don't think it'll look as cute. You could do a W like this. Or like combine 2 U's like that. That's what we're gonna do here. Ready? 1 and 2. Cute. I'm actually gonna make this a little bigger to say, don't want to mess it up too bad. I think that was too close. So I'm gonna go back and erase. And there you have your tiger's little face. And you also, if you want to add whiskers, all you have to do is draw some dots. Like 1, 2, 3. And you can even draw some lines. You have to make sure that they're small though. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Good job. Now let's move on to the face. So, like I said, you can draw hearts here or circles. I'm gonna do hearts because that's my favorite. Inside the ears. And then if you want to give it little rosy cheeks, you can. You see the little sideways O's we talked about. So you could do that right off to the side here. I think that's cute. A nice little touch. Now, if you want to give the same face here, you just have to draw the U's. That's all. Just 1 U here and 1 U there. But I'm going to draw it with its eyes open. So I'm going to draw the letter O. Nice and round. And then, that's not it. That looks kind of weird. I'm going to draw 2 smaller O's within 1. So 1 O here. And 1 O here. That's going to give it like a little glare effect. And then we're going to color in the rest. So we're not going to do it right now. We'll get to that when we're shading in with the marker. But trust me, it'll look good. So 1 smaller O here and 1 smaller O here. It'll look so cute. I'm so excited. All right, how are we doing? Raise your hand. I know that was creepy for a second. I'm sorry, Namia. If you draw big circles for eyes and you don't put anything inside of it, it's gonna look weird. That's just the truth. I'm sorry. But we fixed it, so it's all good. All right, we're ready to move on to the next one. Sounds good. Thank you, Nami. I'm glad you like it. And so, following the same design, you see the yellow here. Also has yellow on the chest. So I just want to make sure my lines are solid. We're going to draw a line that connects from the neck all the way down to the leg. So just one line that connects this like this. And then this other line separates the leg. So that's going to be the tiger's chest. Because chest on tigers usually are a different color than the rest of the body. That's what we're doing here. And that's pretty much it. And now we're going to start adding the stripes. So the stripes are, you could do a few ways. You could do the just regular black stripes that go all across the body, which is the one that I'm going to do just to show you a different design from this. The original tiger from the flyer has these little stripe lines, and you just kind of draw triangles that are a little curved from the original line. So side and side, and you just have to do that all throughout. But what I'm going to do now for this tiger, since it's different, I'm going to just do lines across the whole body, and we'll see how that looks. So I think I'm going to start right here on the tail, and I'm just going to draw some lines. And remember, some are going to be orange and some are going to be black. And we'll get to that when we start coloring it. And then for the legs, I'm just going to do some lines across. Okay, I know it can get confusing for now, so just remember some of them have to be a different color. And then we are going to do, actually for the body, I'm going to keep these triangle ones because if I put the line across, it's going to be too much for me. So I'm going to keep these ones, but everything else is going to be stripes. And keep these two big ones, the triangle. And this also, this way I show you both styles. Triangle. And then we're going to do some triangles here. And this just shows you, you can do any design that you want. You don't have to stick to a certain way of doing it. If you tried something before, you didn't really like it that much, or you just want to try something new, I highly encourage you to do that. We're going to do one line here, one line here, and then one line here. Okay. And there is my tiger all ready to be colored in. So let me check in. How are we doing? Are you ready to start coloring and stuff? Raise your hand, raise your hand. Not quite ready yet. That's okay. So take your time adding your stripes. I'm going to start shading in stuff just because I want to stay on track. I'm going to start coloring in. But before I color in, actually, I'm going to outline everything with red here and black. And the outline, I really like outline drawings. You don't have to do this, but you can if you want to. It's just a way to make it look more clean. I'm gonna just do that now. And then at the end, we're gonna go back and erase all the pencil. And we're just gonna start coloring it. But I am just moving forward because we don't have a lot of time. And it's already 4:35. We only have 25 minutes left, so I'm just gonna move along. But if you have any questions, please tell me in the chat. I am available to answer any questions you may have. Okay. Now that I'm done with the red, let's start with the black. You see, Somebody in the Q&A said you just got here. Miss Jackie, can you please send them the link to the YouTube recording? If you just got here, we are pretty into the drawing, but I can give you a link to the YouTube recording of this event. That way you can see what we have been doing so far. Okay, and I'm just gonna outline my tiger. And this is where it's gonna get a little tricky because you have so many black lines. So I'll show you when we get to that point. I'll start, actually it's a better idea to start with the inside of things because sometimes your hand will move and smear stuff, especially with the outside lines. So it's better if you start in the middle. That way your hand doesn't smear what's already been traced. See, that's how you fill it in, and then it doesn't look creepy at all. It did look creepy the first time, so I'll admit that. Oh, Nancy, I see. Thank you for the link. I'm doing my best to catch up. Don't rush it. It's okay. Take your time. So just click on that link and you can watch at any time. That is available on our YouTube channel 24/7. So I highly encourage you not to rush things. If you got here late, just make sure you click on that link and watch it at your convenience, because I think it's just overall better if you take your time when you're drawing, and that way you really be satisfied with your finished product. So please don't rush. Don't try to catch up. Take your time. This is supposed to be fun and relaxing. Don't stress out about having to catch up. Just take your time. You can watch it anytime. And for anybody interested, if this is your first time here, we also have recordings of all the ones we've done in the past. Last month, I believe we did, what did we do last month? Spider-Man. We did Spider-Man in January, not too long ago. We have done Cat Kid, and we have done Dogman, and we've done Pokemon before. We also did a special Halloween one. So if you're interested in watching any of those, please head to our YouTube channel. All our recordings are there, and you can watch as many as you like. Okay. All right, now that I have all my outlines, this is where it gets complicated. So these lines, there's a lot of lines. You don't know which one's which. The easiest way to tell is that you're gonna pair two together, right? So this is a pair, this is a pair, this is a pair, so on and so forth. And if I put it at the end and there isn't another line, that's because it's gonna be filled in like this. Okay, so again, don't rush, take your time. Take a look at it and what makes sense to you, and then you start coloring in. And another tip I have for you guys is if you start getting frustrated when you're drawing things, and for example, sometimes I like to draw anime characters a lot, and I am just not good at drawing hands. I can't do it. I've been doing it for years and I just can't get it right. So when I'm drawing things that require me to draw hands, I get really frustrated, and I just try to remember that this is supposed to be fun and this is something that I do to de-stress. So when you start feeling frustrated with your drawing, take a break, go do something else. And also, it's kind of weird. Your mind kind of plays tricks on you when you're drawing, because it'll look not great to you, and then you show it to somebody else and they're like, oh my God, that's amazing. So take your time, take a break if you start getting irritated with the things that you're drawing. And when you come back to it, you'll come back with a clear mind. And I promise you, it'll be better. So if at any point during this drawing you start getting frustrated, save that YouTube link or subscribe to our channel and just come back later. Thank you, Miss Jackie, for linking that in the chat. It's going to be a mixture of stripes and lines, which is fine. I think it will look cool. Right, is anybody, can you raise your hand if you are done outlining your tiger? We have a couple people. Avilia says, you are not giving that tiger much fur. You were right. I'm not. But the only reason I'm doing that, there's a good reason to do that. Because if I wanted to make him very furry, I would want to add something around the face, and then it would kind of look like a lion to me. So that's the reason why I'm drawing it so flat. But there are ways of doing it. For example, I'll show you really fast. If you have, say that we have the tiger's face like this, right? And instead of leaving it like it is now, you could add some fur around it by just drawing squiggly lines, and you could give it small fur because tigers aren't super, super, super furry compared to, like, you know, lions. But there is a way of doing it. Unfortunately, I caught it too late. I would have done it sooner. Thank you for noticing. But if you want to, though, Avelia, you can add some fur and then show me. I would love to see how you drew your tiger. I'll actually ask Miss Jackie to put my email in the chat. If you want to, you can send me pictures of your drawings. I always love to see the stuff that you guys come up with. And if I get enough responses, I'll post it to social media. If I only get a couple, I'll just take a look at them and email you back and tell you that it's amazing, because I'm sure it is. So you can send me an email so I can see your drawing. I would love, 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 love to have a look. Okay. This is my last line. All right, and I know you guys are probably still outlining, in which if you are, take your time. I'm just gonna tell you the next step from here is to, if you use the black marker, you want to make sure you give it some time to dry out before you start erasing everything with your eraser. So I'm just gonna air it out a little bit. Please send me pictures of the final artwork. Love to see it. Okay, and now I'm just gonna go back and erase all the pencils from before. 4:45, we're just in time. That's why I can't take any breaks, but again, take your time. Remember, you still have time to keep coloring after this. So if you haven't got to the coloring, the most important part is that you did the outline, and that's really the most important. So you can take your time coloring, take your time outlining. You don't have to finish right now. Okay, you see, Whew, that was a workout. That was a lot of erasing. So I'm going to shake this into the trash can so I don't make a mess. And I'm going to use the same paper and pick up the other ones. And that saves you a lot of cleaning. Okay, perfect. All good. All right, now the next and final step is to start coloring in. If you see any extras, you can erase that. But you can start coloring in. So I'm going to start with the tiger because the letters are fine if you leave them just with the red outline. You can also color them in a different color. Yellow would be, oh, sorry, I keep hitting the camera. Yellow would be good too. But the reason I want to start with the tiger is because there's a certain color scheme for the specific tiger if you want to follow the one that I'm doing. In case we run out of time. I don't think we will, but just in case. So I'm going to start with the yellow first so you can see which parts are yellow. Right here in the face is going to be yellow. You can use crayons also or markers, whatever tool that you are most comfortable with is fine. Or you can leave it outlined, that's also fine. I just like things with color. Okay, this part is yellow right here, and then the chest is also yellow. And I usually don't shade things in this dark, but because this is on Zoom, I try to really shade it in so that you guys can see. I don't usually draw it this intensely though. I like the lighter strokes, pencils. Okay, and that's the only two parts that are yellow. Next ones are gonna be, I have this cute like neon pink color. So I'm gonna use this for the ears and the rosy cheeks that we gave our tiger. Easy peasy. And then the rest is going to be orange. And the cool thing about this specific drawing is because today is Lunar New Year, and you can also give this out as a present for somebody you love. So you can draw this and give it to somebody and say, Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Year of the Tiger. Okay, so I finished the face. And I'm just gonna pull it in the rest of the body. And that's all you have to do from now is just color, color, color. Color the numbers, color the tiger, whatever you want. Okay. Thank you, Billy. I'm glad it worked out. Thank you for sending me an email. I'll take a look at it. So please, please, please send me pictures. But do keep in mind they might be posted to social media. So If you don't want them posted, just let me know. You can send them to me to look at anyway. Or I can post it if you take a picture of just your craft without showing your face. We could also do that. I actually prefer to do that. Ooh, this is hurting my hands. When I was a kid, this didn't hurt, but now that I'm older, it does. I think it's because I'm pressing too hard, but I want to make sure you can see. Okay, there's my tiger. Oh, it does look a lot better colored. And actually, look at that. Looks great. Okay, and now my last step. We got 9 minutes. So I'm just super lightning fast gonna color in the numbers. Like I said, most of you are probably still young, so enjoy not having pain when you draw. But don't press it in too hard because it might actually freeze. I think that's what I'm doing. You'll get tired really, really fast. And I know when I'm coloring, you'll see me turn my paper a lot. That's because when I do something that I like to call flash coloring, when I'm just doing it super, super fast, is that I color in most of the area like this. When I get close to the edge and I know I can't color it that fast, I'll come back to it later. And that way, I know that everything will be colored in very quickly. So you see how I left some spots like here and up here on the side. I just go back and that's when I start turning stuff to make sure I'm very precise with it. And moving it around helps me get through it faster anyway. Okay, now I have to sharpen this because it's running out. Okay, keep going, we're almost done. We have about 7 minutes left. If you want to share in the chat what you're doing right now, did you draw your tiger? Did you color your tiger? Did you decide to do the letters? I'm sorry, the numbers or no numbers? Let me know in the chat. Grace and Natalie and Daniel. Yes, if you're done, you are good to go. Thank you so much for coming and happy Lunar New Year. Enjoy your day. You're the tiger. Hope you celebrate today. I know I will. Get some delicious food later. Will be my way of celebrating. If you are done, you are good to go. Please consider sending me some pictures if you can. Happy New Year. Thank you. Happy Lunar New Year. Bye. Bye, Soha. Bye, Annie. Oh, please do email me, Soham, the drawing later. Thank you so much. Okay, and everybody is still with me. We're almost done, you guys. Quite a bit of you still left. And then one final touch I'm going to do to this drawing is I'm going to write Happy Lunar New Year at the bottom. And like I said earlier, if you want, you can actually give this as a present today. I'm sure whoever receives it will be very, very happy. All right, all done. And see, this is what happens when you rush. You have all these uneven lines and all the stuff. I have to go. You guys have to go too. So that's our final touch to it. Let's see, we got people saying bye. Got Siggy, bye Siggy, bye James. Bye Elizabeth and Joanna. Have a nice day. Happy Lunar New Year. Bye Bailey. I'm glad you like the tiger. Nancy, Caitlin, and Owen in New York City. Wow. Thank you guys so much for coming. Have a great day. Happy Lunar New Year. We have bye. Thank you. Jacqueline, bye. Yeah, of course. I'm glad that you liked it. My final touch before we go, I'm going to write Happy Lunar New Year. Happy Lunar New Year. And then the last thing I want you to do before you go is write your name. Every time you draw something and you're going to keep it or give it away, make sure you write your name and the date at the bottom. That way, years from now, when you look back at your drawings from when you were a child, you will have a date and you'll remember what you did that day. So today, I'm going to write my name right here, my name in cursive, and I'm going to date it. Today is February 1st, 2022, Lunar New Year. All right, everybody, thank you so much. Thank you for coming. Thank you for letting me teach you how to draw a cute little tiger. Thank you, Emma. I'm glad you had fun. All right, everybody. So head over to our YouTube channel if you want to see the recordings, and we will be back in March. Have a wonderful day. Happy Lunar New Year, everyone. Bye. All right, all done.